It's time for another season of The Palmetto Porch, an original podcast from Discover South Carolina. I'm Devin Whitmire. Join me as I get to the heart of what makes South Carolina such a great place to visit by speaking to the locals who make it so special. Premiering December 5th, find The Palmetto Porch wherever you get your podcasts. And for more information about our show, visit scpalmettoporch.com.
Listen up. I won't sugarcoat it. This is the longest cold, flu, and allergy season we've ever seen, but we're not alone. We've got Instacart. Sure, you may be a coughing snot faucet who just wants mommy, but you're not giving up. Not when cold medicine, fragrant herbal teas, and honey shaped like bears can be delivered through Instacart in as fast as 30 minutes. Now let's go win the sick playoffs.
Daddy, I just want my soup.
Oh, sorry, Sport. App says it'll be here in a few minutes. Instacart for the win.
Hi guys, welcome to Cozy Room Podcast. My mommy Shan.
Hey!
My sister Ari.
Say hi, Ari.
Hey. And I'm Anya.
Let's go! Hey, this is Shan, mom of the girls. Thank you for checking in. If this is your first time at Cozy Room Podcast, welcome. It's a very random but frequently posted show. Enjoy what you can when you can. It's for new parents. Y'all are very welcome. It's for second, third, or more time around parents too. And I did not forget those of you who aren't quite there yet, haven't had your first kid, but you're thinking about it and you're just curious on what it takes to go ahead and survive the kids that you may make. Cool. Since we're all here, let's get into today's episode. I'm back. Thank you for tuning in to Cozy Room. I appreciate it. The topic this time for this episode is struggling single moms and knowing when it's time to date. Or if you just got kids, but cannot date? Question mark, question mark, question mark. You know, it works both ways. I don't know. Right now, for me, having two young kids, I don't date. And to be completely honest, before I had kids, I hate the idea of dating. Only because I feel people really don't show who they truly are until 3 to 4 months down the line of you knowing them. And so everybody that I've been with relationship-wise, the 4 of them, have always been good friends with me before we were anything else for like a long period. Like the first one was like a year. Ari's dad, let's say 12 years ago, was like, I want to say 6 to 7 months. The third one, we went to college together. That was like over 2 years before we even tried to anything else relationship wise. And then the fourth one, I knew liked me, but I wasn't giving him no time of day for at least 2 years before I actually gave him the time of day. So it's kind of like I like people being their authentic selves. And when you have kids, it's kind of hard because everybody becomes secondary. And you have to remember that everybody else has to be secondary when it comes to your kids, because your kids are permanent people in your life forever. People that you're getting to know aren't. Let's face it, they aren't. And I don't believe it's nothing bad that these people aren't priority. It's how it's supposed to be. You never put your kids in front of anyone else thinking, oh, now that, I like them, I got to put them first. Never that. Not with me. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see any woman do it, and I don't want to see any man do it. because I think that's foul, that's messed up. Your kids don't ask to be here, and you have to put them first, and then figure out your love life. So, there's some foundation things that we got to get in order. For instance, you're not just forming a relationship once you have kids and you want to date, you're actually creating a family. I don't care how you want to look at it, but you got to look at it because, you want someone who's secure with themselves, someone who's about their business personally, so they understand how you prioritize your time, because the obvious thing is you're not going to have open availability like someone who's single and doesn't have kids. Me personally, I would prefer someone older than 38. Now, being that I'm 30 and I'll be 31 in June, somebody probably would be like, why the hell you want somebody that's 38, damn near 40? Because I don't care. Like, men, it don't matter. That age stuff, it don't matter. Maturity comes to those who accept, want to be better, and actually put in the action to be better. So the whole age thing doesn't mean anything to me. But as far as like 38 or older, I feel like by that time, a man should know what he wants to do. If he wants to play like he's a singer player for the rest of his life, let him do that, as long as he's honestly putting that on the table. If he knows exactly what he wants, what type of woman he wants, where he wants to be with his business, how he wants to have his next 10 years, you're going to get that after 38 with a man. You have to. That shit is already decided. He's already set in his ways. And he's already focused on something. And that is the most attractive thing to me when it comes to a male who is older, who knows what he wants, who knows what he doesn't like, and can actually teach me something. I don't feel like any man my age is going to teach me anything. I feel like we can discover things we didn't know together, but I don't want to always have to discover things I didn't know with the person I'm with. I kind of want them to be like, hey, this is what this is. Let me show you how to do this so you could be better at that. And we could be like, meshing. And that's how I like to have my relationships. I like people that can actually teach me how to be better than where I'm at. Up my level, please. And I feel like I, too, can up their level as far as, like, things that they're not, familiar with. Or take them on, like, some sort of adventure, because I like adventures. I don't like doing anything the same all the time. I hate routine. And I feel like someone that's really busy can understand my limited time, and we can better schedule time together. And they understand that, oh, you can't be calling me all throughout the day. Or you can't be texting me all throughout the day and me not be able to respond when you think I should respond, and nobody's getting that attitude. Because that's petty. That's childish. That's like on some young dating stuff. And I don't want to do that. When I reach out to you, I reach out to you. If I don't get you, eventually I'll get you, and nobody's feelings are in a negative place. Recognizing the dynamics of your characteristics is important, because now when I see, men out, I'm like, oh, he's handsome. Or, oh, I like, how he carries himself, or, what he does and what he's into. And then I see one thing that I don't like, and I completely dismiss you. And the older you get, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, you're going to get super particular about what you want. And it's going to get really hard to find that person that's worth your time. And that, to me, is the most important thing for the last 4 years to me, is people who are not worth my time, I don't want to give my time to. That's family, that's people that's interested in me, and I just don't. Like, I don't like the corny A, can I get your number? A, can I get to know you sometime? Like, I don't like to sit on the phone with people I do not know. If I want to get to know you, I'm going to come up to you and be like, so we're going here, here, and here on this day, and that's going to be that. It's not going to be no, slide me your number. I don't like that typical shit. That typical shit is boring. Come better than that. The next thing you should focus on if you have kids and you want to date is avoiding a quick turnaround. If you got out of a relationship and it didn't work, learn to value the friendships you have. When you have a lot of friends and a lot of people just in and out of your life, it kind of spreads you thin and you tend to lose focus on the things that you really want. Get to know someone that knows his or her plans and is set in their ways, and the ways that they're set in, you're completely comfortable with. Because that's key. That avoids stress, that avoids arguments, that avoids you getting into some form of dating or relationship and you trying to change a person to be what you want. Accept them as is, and if you cannot accept them as is, be honest and let that go. Let that go. And you have to give people time. Give people time to open up to you. Give people time to invite you into certain parts of their life. And stop going by this society rules where, it's been 3 months, so they should have did X, Y, and Z. Stop that. Everybody's different. I don't like to go by no society rules on nothing I do. Stop that. Oh, I think it goes like this. I just met them. They supposed to call me first. I'm not calling, but I really want to talk to them. Bullshit. If you really want to talk to someone and you're really interested, call them. If you were just randomly thinking about them today, go ahead and send them a text. If you see something that you think they'll probably like, don't wait for birthday, Valentine's Day, Christmas, or whatever to get them something nice. If you want to, go for that shit. All these society rules is getting people really screwed up in how they share their emotions, and it's really sad. Get out of society's rules of when you should do and say things. Because to be honest, all of these holidays is made up anyway for corporations to make money. Ain't no Santa Claus. Jesus wasn't born in no winter time. It was actually summer, spring. Ain't no bunny. You know what I'm saying? All this shit is made up. So make your own shit that works for you. Another thing, I believe healthy dating, quote unquote, starts with self-examination. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There are days where I cannot stand being around Chantal, and I am her. And if I can't stand being around me on certain days, I can't expect the next person to want to be around me, because my attitude or my feelings or how I do something that day or how I'm annoying myself may come off like that. Prime example, I'm packing up the girls to leave and I put out everything prior that I think would give me a head start for the morning. Get in the car, I realize I forgot the piece of my charger. Gotta go back inside. Lock the door. I got 3 locks on my door. Annoying. Go back in the car. Damn, I forgot Ari's bottle. Gotta go back in the house and get it. Gotta lock the door. Damn, I forgot to turn off the heat. Gotta go in the house. And little shit like that pisses me off. Or if I put in my phone schedule to do something or call somebody and I probably forget, that shit pisses me off because I already set up preparation to remind myself to do something and then I fall short. It's petty, but certain shit like that helps me get through my day. And when I can't remember to do it, it's kind of well, damn. I can't stand myself sometimes. Or I'll be in the car and I'm just annoyed for the sake of being annoyed. And I wouldn't want anyone in my passenger seat being like, what's wrong with you? Why you such and such? sometimes I just really want the space to go through my feelings by myself. And a lot of that has me thinking that, Chantal, you know what, maybe you're not ready to invite someone else new into your life. And I'm like, Chantal, you're right. I am not ready. And I am honestly not ready. And I'm not saying people's relationships are perfect, because they aren't. I'm not saying people's dating life and who they're with is perfect, because it isn't. I'm just saying I don't have the patience for it. And my tolerance right now is more so on a level where instead of having an argument, instead of having a disagreement, instead of having a conversation on what I could have did and why I did what I did and giving someone a reason, I'm going to just end it with a fuck you. And because you're so ready and you're like an inch away from the fuck you part on a scale of, let's talk about it, means you're not ready. And if you're on that level where I'm at and you're not ready, just be honest with yourself and you're not ready. But healthy dating begins with self-examination. And that is part of self-examination, spending more time with yourself, getting to know what you like, getting to know what you do not like, what motivates you personally, and what's a turnoff for you, honestly. So when you are dating and you have, discussions about certain topics, you got your answer. Ain't no, I don't know. Because people, when they say, I don't know, they know. They're just not sure if their answer is going to come off to you like a deal breaker. People know. And, how do you know when you're ready to date? Is when you're on the Richter scale of fuck you, I don't need to talk to you about it, I'm my own person. And down at the other end is more so, let's talk about it. I want to be better with you. When you're closer to, let's talk about it, I want to be better with you, then you're ready to date. I'm still on the other end of, I'm a sneeze away from a fuck you. I really don't have time. And I feel like that's what helps when you should date when you have kids. Also, be ready for the what if conversations. Those shits are important. And it's kind of like, what if you begin dating and you're co-parenting and the other parent is concerned about how you're going to do it, who's going to be around the kids and when, and what their feelings are with it. And I know when that day comes, Ari's daddy's gonna have a fit. But I'm not dating right now. I told him I'm not because he needs to know that I'm not dating for the sake of knowing if I'm dating or not, but for the sake of the fact that we share a kid and he never has to worry about somebody being around me romantically or the kids seeing it or anything like that at the moment. That's not something I'm on. But when that does come up, what if you begin dating? What if the girls begin seeing who this person is that you're dating, or boys that you have? They should know the person that you're dating when you have kids. They should automatically know if they're interested in having kids. And if that person is not interested in having kids, why go through the motions of dating them? And I'm not talking about one night stand type people, because I can't speak on that. I don't know that life. I've never known that life. I don't want to know that life, because your body is so important. Your body can become a situation of life and death. And I'd be damned if I'm just inviting a motherfucking stranger to that shit. I'm not going to do it. So that's not the question. So anybody that does come into this ambiance, this aura that I'm giving, before that's ever done, where I'm sharing my body, will definitely be around each other a long period of time before that happens, because that's just me. That's my personality. That's what I know. Nobody's ever gonna come and change that. I don't care how fine this man is. I don't care how thick that beard looking. I don't care how clean that lineup is. I promise you, there's no quickie life over here. There's no just for the night over here. There's no just let's just get it out the way over here. I'm not that, this ain't that. Okay? So let's focus. I really want the person to know if he really wants kids or not. And if he does, great. Now, the discussion on if he want to add to the ones I got, listen, if it ain't in the next 2 years, hang it up, because it ain't happening. I really don't want to bring another child in this world, to be completely honest, but I really don't want to cancel out the opportunity of meeting someone who does not have kids, who probably wants to see some kids or a child of his own. Please God, if I do, please don't make it be plural. But if he wants to see a child of his own, and we get to a point where I just feel like, I want to do that, then that's going to be my decision and our decision at the time to go ahead and do that. But for right now, I really don't see myself having any other kids. And if I'm not in a relationship within the next 2 to 3 years, that's completely out. And listen, the doctor is going to be called in for the remix to ignition because I just need to close up shop, because people just don't understand the responsibility and the level of energy that goes into raising kids. It's so real. It's really a overtaking of your life in many great ways. I love them. And in ways that you just like, damn, like, where am I going to find the energy for this? But you find it because you're a mother, because you're a father, because you love them, because you're parents. You find it, but it's really hard. And you just got to be open to someone not agreeing with you about things and agreeing with you about things. But at the same time, you always keep the focus that your kids come first. And give slow invitations to your life. Like, no one should be in your home when you're dating and you have children on no quick shit. Like, let's say if I wanted to date right now, no man is coming into my home where I have girls for at least, I want to say, 11 months to a year. And I feel like that man would be mature enough to respect that's not happening. Ain't no sleeping over. Ain't no coming over at no 10 p.m. at night. Scheduling time is important. You're going to have to do that to show where your efforts lie. Understanding that, the person you're dating is not number one. Like, when I found out Ari's dad years ago had a kid, I knew on anything major as far as like birthdays, Christmas, anything like that, I will never be priority. And because I was younger in my 20s, I took it on the chin. I'm just like, ugh. But now that I have kids, I understand why that is. And ain't no hard feelings. You just accept it. And maturity helps you be okay with that. And hence why I'm just like 38 and older, please. Because I feel like someone my age, men mature, slower than women, would still kind of fight me on, oh, you don't call me, or you don't text me, or you ain't hit me up, and I FaceTimed you, and you ain't Snapchat me back. Like, grown men really don't have time for that. And grown men make time for who they want to make time for. And I feel like a man over the age of 38 is going to have limited nonsense. And if he does have nonsense, I'm going to peep it, and I'm going to tell him exit left. And that's all I'm saying. Like, know what you want before you go out there shopping for shit. When you go to the grocery store, don't go in there thinking that you're going to make up a list, because you're going to pick up a lot of shit you don't need. And that's how I view dating. Don't go into that thing without a list. Now, don't get crazy, women out here, moms out here. Don't have a actual physical list in front of this man, because he going to think you crazy, and he could be mad that he actually convinced himself to come out and deal with you. I'm just saying, have a mental list, and in your privacy of your home, you can write it down if you need to, about what things you want in a man, or guys out there, what things y'all want in a woman that will be good for your kids later on down the line to see. And I feel like once you have that in your head, you're going to cancel out a lot of people who aren't worth your time. You're going to cancel out a lot of characteristics and personalities you shouldn't deal with, and find out what that looks like early, and you're going to be better off. So I think dating when you have kids is possible, but it's kind of hard to get into once you've been single for so long. And I've purposely been single for so long just because I've been battling with the point of, is the relationship worth it? Now, when I'm in a relationship, I love being in a relationship, don't get me wrong. But when you're in a relationship for a certain time frame, you want to get to a next level. Just like if you've been playing Super Mario all your life, you want to get to the next level of Super Mario because you already seen what happens in this stage. And whenever I was in a relationship and I needed to get to the next level of stuff, either they weren't ready or they were scared. And I can't be with no one that's scared or allow you to, hold me if you scared, because I'm going to back out. And it's a gamble. Dating is a gamble. Relationships are a gamble. And we're not going to talk about marriage because I completely just took that out of question. Just because today in 2018, nobody's respecting that at all. Nobody's respecting being in relationships at all. But when it comes to kids, who you have around kids is important, because a lot of people you think you know, you don't know. And then the ones that you don't know, you really have to think about how you move around with them when you have children, because that's important. And I just wanted to put this conversation out there, laid on the table, for everybody to think about, because, dating is going to happen. It's inevitable. People like people like what they look like. And people are going to want to talk, but, you can't be like, I got to get rid of these kids because I want to date again. They're there, but you have to learn how to maneuver with them. It's very important. And anyone out there that already has kids and is dating, please chime in. Tell me how that works for you. If you have any tips, because I do not date, I will be new to this. Not at the moment, but later on. Please share. You can hit me up on Twitter at cozywomb, cozywomb@gmail.com. You can hit me up here on Anchor, leave a voicemail. Like, any tips or anything that you have, or any questions about it, please ask. But I just think we can all date in a smart way when it comes to our kids, because they deserve it. Until next time, this is Cozy Womb. This is Shan, and I'm out here. Be good, be great. Bye.